Hey guys, good morning. It is February 6th, 2018, and I was going to go ahead and see if I could get some vehicular stalking on the way home. I came to the health food store to get some stuff, and getting pretty beat up. Yeah, just my head fried, and the remote neural manipulation is really strong, and the Chatterbox V2K is just going 24 hours a day. Here I already got some gang stalking. There's that one light car going that way, and it was weird. I'm having trouble thinking, so y'all bear with me. I'm getting attacked very, very heavily. Yeah, I went to the health food store, and there was like a government worker, like a government truck there, like a state truck, Louisiana State. Didn't even go into the store, and then I go into the store, and this guy comes in to get like this, stands in line behind me. I walk outside, and there's this big, big gray truck, and it's a, it's a fire. It's like, I guess, a temporary fireman or a part-time fireman or something like that. The guy gets in his truck, and he just gives me this look, because, my attackers knew I was going to go to the health food store today. I was thinking about it all, all yesterday. Got some supplements. I got some alpha-propoic acid, and boron, some banana nut bread too. But I'm not doing too well. I found something really cool. Like, I was on the internet. My mom gave me her old tablet, and there was this really cool site. I don't know, I just thought about it, and I was like looking up, free comic books. And usually you have to pay like a monthly fee or something. But I found this site where you can just find any comic book on the site, like anything. You can punch in just any old comic book, any new comic book, and they have them all for free. And on the tablet, it's just awesome, because it's like the tablet's big enough so that it's actually like you're reading a comic book. So like my collection's missing a few things, and I could just read all these things that I was missing in my collection. Something that really took me out of the torture and what my attackers were doing with the V2K. I was just like, this is awesome. This is really cool, the technology like that. Very, very cool. Never thought I'd see that in my life. And there is a point to this story, because then last night, I woke up probably about 8 o'clock last night, because I'm on just a shit schedule because of the torture, and I just don't even want to go to sleep. But my internet's off. Like, my internet, the wireless is functioning, but I'm not being routed through the server. And it's happened to me a couple of times, and it usually, lasts about 6 hours or something, goes away. But the whole night, it's, the internet's broken, and I just paid my bill, like, 3 days ago. Just paid my $68 bill just for the internet. And it's just, it's very, very, and there's a police, but I think he's probably just doing regular stuff. Probably. I don't know. I've been like, every time I do these videos, I'm like, I'm not getting that much vehicular stalking. Lately, like this week and last week, it's just been overwhelming. Overwhelming. The vehicular stalking, and right when I walk out, just bunches of weird stuff going on. But just kind of weird. Like, I found this thing that really took me out of it. I was just, could focus on that and concentrate on that, and I wasn't thinking about the attacks at all. And then the next day, internet is not working at all. I paid paid the I think it's like $63 a month just for my internet, and my attackers can just turn it off whenever they want. Can just turn it off. I try and get on and moderate my calls, and with this older computer, because they broke my other one. Somehow kept it, like, it keeps on trying to turn on, but I've tried everything, and the computer's broken. So I had to move to an older computer where they can freeze it up. And there's there's one sheriff. I've seen a bunch of sheriffs. bunch of sheriffs and city policemen. But it's just weird how, you know, you pay $63 to AT&T, you know, just for internet, just for simple internet. And, you know, these people that are hacking all of my stuff, you know, all my electronics and wireless, they can just shut it off. You know, if they think that it's, you know, I've found something that's too good and it takes my mind off of what they're doing, they can just, boom, just shut it off. So that really pissed me off. I mean, maybe it'll come back on today, but I'm betting that it'll, you know, be off for a while. And, you know, I called AT&T and they said it's a problem with either the outside line or the inside line. But I would have to get a serviceman over, and they would have to check my modem inside, and my modem is right by my huge, you know, enclosure. So I'm not looking forward to having some guy from AT&T come in and be like, hey, what's all that, you know? I mean, I'd do it and just, you know, say whatever. Just say it's like a college project or something like that. But it's just, everything is like a freaking hassle. You know, and I'm getting bashed. My head's getting bashed in. Having a really hard time thinking or doing anything. I did want to tell y'all some useful information, though. I haven't scheduled my appointment with my neurologist, but the test that the State Department workers got, and you know, I found this out on a TalkShoe call. I'm not sure if I told y'all this I may have already mentioned it. I really don't remember. Like when I did the video of the guy who pulled a bat out, like some guy I didn't know in a black truck who pulled a bat out and said, "This is for you." Pretty scary shit. I think I may have mentioned it, but the test that the State Department workers got on their white matter tracts of their brain. Yeah, I think I did mention it, but I'll go ahead and mention it again. It's called a diffusion tensor imaging scan. So diffusion, yeah, I do remember saying this on my last video, but diffusion tensor imaging, diffusion tensor diffusion tensor imaging, I think, scan. But it's a type of MRI. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it on my last video. I'm not remembering anything. Like my brain feels like it's been microwaved from the inside out. And I just, you know, I try and do things. I try and get out and, you know, go get my supplements and go shopping. But, you know, once I go back into the condo, it's just, it's guinea pig time, you know, for my assigned Satanists. And they just, you know, sit there and beam voices at my head and, you know, shoot multiple streams of energy into my body, electromagnetic streams of energy into my body. It's getting tough, guys. I mean, I know we've got some really good stuff coming up this year. I know we've got some miracles in targeted justice. You know, I would really, here's a one light truck right there. But I would really encourage all TIs to, you know, sign up with targeted justice. And here's another one light truck coming up right there. I've had a lot of vehicular stalking in the past 2 weeks. I'm not sure what happened. I was like, one night I was going across the street. It was before I did the video of the guy who threatened me with the baseball bat. I was just driving across the street and I stopped in the little center where people make a U-turn. I was way out of everybody's way, but to my right, somebody was pulling up fast to make a U-turn, and then somebody came up on my right in the little U-turn area, and they got into a wreck. I mean, it had nothing to do with me. It wasn't my fault, but it's weird because, like, right after that happened, I started to get a lot more authority figures gang stalking me and one light vehicular stalking. So I think just because I was near an accident, like that I didn't have anything to do with, it was two stupid people who weren't doing the right thing, and I was driving right, and they got, and here's another one light car right there. But you know, I was just near the accident. So they might have, I don't know if this system, like the DHS Fusion Center, you know, the Citizens Corps can be lied to by your well, I guess that answers that. You know, obviously our attackers, our electronic surveillance and torture people can lie to DHS Fusion Centers and do whatever they want. They can stop, you know, they can stop lights. They got access to the grid, you know, the stoplight grid, to our computers, to everything. And so I don't know, it's just been really ramped up. It might be because I'm really planning on, you know, getting this test done, this diffusion tensor imaging test. And I think they may be scared about that, because you know, I'm going to bring an article about the State Department workers getting the test on their white matter tract, show it to my neurologist, you know, get the testing done and maybe some additional tests, and really line up everything and really try and get him on my side. And yeah, my engine is just about to blow up. I can't make videos in the car that much, guys, anymore, because like when I stop, my engine just shakes violently. It's almost like I'm riding a bull in my car now. And I can't get it fixed. I got my car as fixed as I could. I just have no money. I'm riding it until it dies, you know. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm not doing too well, as you can hear. I'm just having trouble thinking or doing anything. I'm hoping, you know, some of my supplements will help me. Got a little bit of CBD oil. I'm going to see if that maybe stops some of the headaches. My defense is really, you know, they're working. You know, I'm grounding a lot, using Dave's CD when I sleep, and also, and here's a one light. I think somebody's gonna pass me on the left before I can get it. Oh no, there we go. And then another stoplight, because my attackers are just they're gonna work the lights because they want me to stop, and you see how the car will shake because the engine's shaking. And what I suspect that the engine shaking is from, you know, many years of them, you know, shooting directed energy weapon systems at the electronic systems in the car. And so the electronic systems in the car are connected to the engine, and it's all screwed up now. But nobody would believe me on that. And you know, target individuals, y'all understand that it's such fanciful and bizarre Satanism, and just doing whatever they want with these directed energy weapons and hacking into computers and just destroying electronics in our homes, and you know, just messing with our minds with you know, pretty much MK Ultra from a distance. And it's just, you know, people aren't believing it. They're believing it more and more, and we're gonna, you know, and everybody's working on it. I'm just, you know, I'm a little bit upset right now. Seems like every day, you know, we're looking for change, and we're all, you know, trying to get information out there, but it's just a Groundhog's Day from hell. And then, you know, it's like I'm, you know, trying to find stuff to do to kind of survive the torture, but I feel like, you know, I should be out there, you know, doing work, at a career, with my family, and all this time is just slipping away while my brain is being destroyed by microwaves from strangers who are making a paycheck by torturing me and, you know, maybe some members of my family. So very frustrating, trying to hold it together, you know. And I know you guys are too. I'm you know, trying to stay positive, but it's just so bizarre and just so shitty. And it's like, you know, I don't even know with my internet. It's like it's a disconnection from an outside line, so my maintenance guy could be getting directions from them to just go and unhook me, you know, unhook the internet at night. I'd never know, because, you know, he acts like a nice guy, but so many nice people just participate in this because they can't believe that, you know, innocent people are being harassed and messed with. I think I might make another round here before I go into my place.